Yom Kippur is maybe one of the most misunderstood holidays of the year. For many, it's a day of fear, anxiety, trepidation. For others, maybe inconvenience. There's a certain excitement that we get when the day passes, looking forward for it to be over. And most of us don't fully appreciate what the day can really be. If you want to understand the holiday, you have to look at its beginnings. First ever Yom Kippur took place in the desert. But you have to understand the beginning of Yom Kippur took place way before Yom Kippur. Jews come out of Egypt. They come to the banks of Mount Sinai. And God hands them the Torah. It wasn't just like he handed them a book. He handed them the relationship. The creator of the universe said, do you want to be married? Do you want to be bonded with me forever? Jews were like, what are you kidding? Of course. What took place by Mount Sinai wasn't just the exchange of information. It was the bonding in the world of love. In fact, a lot of the wedding customs we have is connected to Mount Sinai. But after Moses went up for 40 days, the Jews served idols, the great Chet HaEgel, the golden calf. And it was so devastating that the Talmud reacts to it like the way it would say, as if, God forbid, a bride commits adultery under her own chuppah. Like, can you imagine the level of devastation to God when the Jews were serving an idol at the banks of Mount Sinai just 40 days later? And as a result, the Jewish people and God were separated. And the Jews were unsure what would happen. The beginning of Elul, about a month ago, God calls Moses back up. And he comes down 40 days later on Yom Kippur. But for a second, be a Jew in the desert. Imagine what it must be like. You didn't know what was going on up there. You didn't get communication. You weren't watching it on Zoom. Moses was up. Would we be rejected? Would we be accepted? Can you imagine the day of Yom Kippur, the first ever, looking up in the morning and seeing Moses come down off the mountaintop with new tablets in his hands, the symbolism of a new relationship with God? You can imagine the warmth of their hearts when they felt that, the excitement to be connected to the creator of the universe. Can you imagine? Kippur starts off in a period of connection. And Kippur in Hebrew, connection is dveikut. That means bonding. The secret to Yom Kippur is it's really a day of connection. It's not really a day of scary judgment. It's a day where we are connected and bonded to God. A day of love, not fear. So why does it feel like it's filled with I'm sorry's and I can't eat? It's because what's happening is God's spiritual. We're physical. When we do things throughout the year that are actions that are because we don't really believe he's here, or he's there, or we did that, or we did that, or we don't, all the things that we do that are quote unquote sins, these are really blocks between us and God. It closes him off from experiencing him in the deepest way. The goal of Yom Kippur is to get to a level where we're bonded with him again. So what we do is we remove the blocks. We stop eating and drinking, wearing shoes which symbolize comfort, cosmetics which symbolize being more than we really are, relations which symbolizes the desires of this world. We get rid of these 5 categories, if you will, of the physical world, because we ascend past our physical self. And we stand before God on one day a year, and God says, I have taken the prosecuting angel to Sutton and giving him a day off. There's no one here but me and you. And we have a chance to be one-on-one with the creator of the universe one day a year. We are above time. We are above space. Can't help, because God will do anything for us, saying, I'm sorry, I should have been closer. I'm sorry I did this and I did that and I did this and that. And we're not saying it because we're trying to kiss up to some scary king. We're saying it because we just want to be close. We just want to finally be connected. I shouldn't have done this and I shouldn't have done that. And I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were here. I don't know you enough. No one taught me about you, or I knew you, but I was taught to you in a very scary way, or why would you be in here? We have an opportunity throughout the day, just the way 2 people, when they see each other after a long time, and they just want everything to be one. They don't want any blocks, no blocks physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You have a chance one day a year to be spiritual, to remove all that stuff. And just for a second, maybe, just for a few minutes, to be bonded with the creator of the universe. It's challenging. But if you do it right, it could be the greatest day of the year. Yom Kippur is a day of our hearts and our desire to cleave to the infinite, and our ability once a year to really be bonded to our Father in heaven. My blessings to us this year is that this year we should achieve that. We should engage in every word, but bring our hearts into it. To recognize that while we may be hungry, we have a chance to be an angel just for a few minutes, and that's worth whatever food we're missing. To climb the mountaintop the way Moses did. To be able to feel God's presence in our lives in a way that we couldn't before. Because remember, there is no greater book of life than when we are connected with the source of life. My best wishes for a happy and healthy year. May this Yom Kippur be the year in which we connect in a way that leaves us changed forever.